Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Welcome back once again to the Educational Numismatist. I am continuing my three-part series of silver stacking for those who are interested in doing so. The first one, I talked about how to silver stack for those on a very modest budget. I then covered those with a little bit more moderate budget. Today we're going to talk about those with a bit of a more substantial budget to work with. So in the first episode, I talked about 90% junk silver, which is awesome. I highly recommend it. In the second volume, I talked about silver coins and silver rounds and bars. Moving on up, if you are interested in doing more than 1 ounce at a time, like these germanium mint 1 ounce silver bars, these are gorgeous. They've got a beautiful little holographic security device on the back, individually serial numbered, but they do carry a substantial premium over the spot price of silver. One way to help get around that somewhat is to purchase them in quantity. They do come in these 20-unit boxes that are actually pretty nice. They're very compact, and there are 2 layers of 10 bars. Let me see if I can do this without dumping them all over the place. There you go. So you can see that there are 10 bars in each box, or in each layer, and there are 2 of these in the box. So you will get a bit of a discount over buying them individually. Another way you can go is to buy quantities, obviously, of any of the coins. If you're interested in, Mexican libertads, for instance, the more modern coins, they come in tubes of 25. But obviously they do carry a premium, so be prepared to pay, depending on the market, 900, 1,000, 1,100, just kind of depends. There are other ways to break out of the premium trap. The smaller the denomination, the higher the premium above the cost of silver. So if you're buying, 10th ounce silver bars or silver rounds, you're paying an extreme premium as opposed to buying a 1 ounce bar or a 1 ounce coin. The way to get around that, obviously, is to buy bigger amounts. So if, for instance, you were to buy a 5 ounce bar at the current price of silver, that would be approximately $175. You can buy a 10 ounce bar for approximately $345. If you want to go for a kilo, you're looking at a little over $1,100. And if you want a 100 ounce bar, you're looking at $3,500. Now, those are great. And as you can see, the premium over the price of spot silver goes down considerably with the weight as it goes up. The problem is, heaven forbid the economy crashes, whatever, you need to rely on your portfolio of silver. Do you really want to be in a position where you have no choice but to sell a kilo bar or a 100 ounce bar or a 10 ounce bar or even a 5 ounce bar? I personally like the transactable weights. A 1 ounce bar of silver or a 1 ounce round, this is a little bit different because it's not just spot silver. But for instance, this, would be $33, $34, whatever, plus whatever the premium is. So, if I want to buy something and I need change for $35 and they don't have it, I can say, you know what, just keep it, or give me a couple of other little things to make it up. If I'm buying something with a 100 ounce bar for $3,500, they're not going to break change for that. I'm not going to trade that for $3,500 worth of stuff very often. So you've got to keep that in mind when looking at the price of spot. Now, another way to get around that, going all the way back to our very first video on this, going back to the junk silver coins. Okay, you can get these at a very low premium to the price of silver. In the case of a $50 like this, there is approximately 1/3 of an ounce of silver in each one. So what you get if you, let's say, buy a $100 face value bag of Franklin's, Kennedy's, Walker's, as long as they are pre-1965, they are 90% silver. And for every dollar face value, you're looking at about 0.715 ounces of silver. So if you buy a bag of 200 coins, $100 face value, it's going to be roughly 2,500 bucks. But you're getting 71 and a half ounces of silver. Okay, so if you're then looking or put in a position where you've got to turn around and try to sell some, it's a lot easier to sell it 10, 12, 15 bucks at a time than 3,500 bucks at a time. Plus, you're still not going to pay much of a premium over the price of silver. So I hope that helps. Hope that gives you a little bit of guidance. I may come up with another one of these in the future, but for now, that'll wrap it up. Please, if you enjoy my videos, subscribe, smash that like button, and check out my Whatnot videos on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I do run auctions on my live stream, so if you see anything that you like and would be interested in purchasing, feel free to stop on by. Hope to see you all there. Take care.